Why, hello there, my name is Alex, and you are watching the second episode of the ThemeParkFreak podcast. Today, I have special guest, Adam, or Loakin. Say hi.
Hi.
Today we got, I think it's 5 topics that we're going to be talking about. One of them's just literally been announced 5 minutes ago by Alton Towers, and that's going to be the second to last topic that we're going to discuss. So the first topic, I don't really know much about. We talked about it a bit on the last episode, me and Jake, but Adam really knows more than us, even though he doesn't know too much himself. So let's just start off with Scarefest and Fright Nights. So, is there anything you know about that you could tell me about? Because I don't know much.
Scarefest is going to be the normal usual dates as per usual, normal entertainment like last year. There's going to be more dates than last year. Welcoming isn't coming back for this year.
That's surprising.
Subspecies is coming back for this year. Terror Towers, of course, didn't come back last year, but it's been replaced this year by a new maze called something around the Attic, I think. I don't know if it's actually called the Attic. I don't know.
Well,
it's been replaced by another one.
It sounds really good because it sounds like they're adding a bunch of new mazes this year.
Yeah, and because House of Monsters isn't coming back, because of course they're now doing some sort of 2020 thing, House of Monsters is, that's actually been replaced by a maze called Darkest Depths, which is where the Welcoming is. Well, of course, Welcoming's not coming back.
Yeah, that seems quite good. Talking about the 2020 thing, what do you think that's going to be? Like, I know we're going a bit off topic here, but since you've mentioned it.
It's not going to be anything big. We just had Wicker Man and the dungeons. If you're going to ask me, it's probably just going to be like a retheme of House of Monsters. Just like a special walkthrough attraction that's only open on certain dates. That's what I think it's going to be.
What I'm thinking is that they're going to completely gut Cloud Cuckoo Land and just like retheme it something, maybe add a couple hot dog stands in there.
I don't think the work that's going on in Cloud Cuckoo Land right now isn't enough to actually make it look like Cloud Cuckoo Land's going. I personally don't think Cloud Cuckoo Land's going. I'd like it to go, but they've still got enough attendance and footfall in that area for it to stay. Yeah,
that makes sense. Because, like, honestly, if they wanted to, they could literally just move everything in Cloud Cuckoo Land over to CBeebies Land. Minus Frog-Hopper, of course, because they got Peter Rabbit's Hippity Hop.
Are you going to move the driving school?
Yeah, I think that would be a really good idea.
Now, how are you going to move a driving school?
Oh, possibly just move the vehicles and make an entirely new course.
CBeebies Land already has a carousel.
I'm talking about driving school.
Yeah, but you said, the carousel might go as well.
No, I said car driving school. The car school. But, yeah, let's get back to Scarefest. So, is Project 42 returning?
Oh, yeah, that's coming back.
Yeah, because that looked really good last year. Unfortunately, I've never been to any of the Halloween events because I'm quite a scaredy cat. But yeah,
apparently there's going to be more entertainment walking around the park instead of scare zones this year.
Yeah, that's quite good. So like, it's going to be walk around actors in like makeup, sort of like in Thorpe Park with Walking Dead.
And the thing is, a lot of people complaining how Alton Towers doesn't have scare zones, but you have to remember Alton Towers isn't Universal or Busch Gardens where it's purely for the thrill seekers. This is a family park and there's kids walking around. You don't want your kids going in a big scare zone like that, do you?
Yeah. I see what you're talking about that. But yeah, it sounds like Scarefest is going to be really, really good this year. It's probably going to be better than all the other years. But yeah, let's move on to Thorpe Park Fright Nights. Know anything about this?
I think it's basically going to be similar to last year's event.
Any new mazes?
Yeah, there's a new maze something along the lines of Sawmill or something. I don't know. It's gonna be more like a Wild West sort of theme.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be in
Loggers Loop Station.
Yeah.
That's the only new one, I think.
That's actually a really good idea for Loggers Leap, because they got to do something with the land before they add a new coaster. Which
it's not even the land. I mean, mind you, Platform 15 used Loggers Leap land.
Yeah. I'm mainly thinking about like why they're not using the land. Like, obviously, it could be where
because they don't need to.
Yeah. Because they got a bunch of stuff in the park.
Yeah, they're not going to spend money removing Loggers Leap is if there's no point in removing it at the moment.
Yeah.
They're not ready to build there. They'll remove Loggers Leap when they're ready to build there. Because Loggers Leap definitely is not reopening at all.
Yeah, it's definitely. They literally announced that it's never going to reopen.
Yeah, it's like Twirling Toadstool, because Twirling Toadstool wasn't actually removed, it was just dismantled. All the pieces for Twirling Toadstool are still there, they just need to be built up. Of course, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. We had to pause the podcast for a quick sec. But what were we talking about?
Fright
Loggers Leap?
Loggers Leap, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, it sounds like just that they're just not ready to use the land, like you said.
Yeah.
Do you want to move on to our next subject now?
Yeah, what's the next subject?
The next subject actually links well with what we've just been talking about. Is speculation on a Thorpe coaster. Which has been going on for a while. We originally thought it was going to open next year, and obviously that's impossible now. Well, it's not entirely impossible if they went with like a tiny little kiddie coaster, which I doubt they do.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah. But yeah. What do you think it's gonna be, Adam?
Do you want me to say what I think it's gonna be, or what I want it to be?
Both.
Well, personally, I think it would most likely be some sort of Intamin or B&M.
Yeah. What would you personally like it to be?
I would want it to be a hypercoaster.
What type?
B&M hypercoaster.
B&M hypercoaster.
Like Mako.
Yeah, that's... I think if they were going to do it, they'd go for more of the Shambhala type thing.
No, I want to see Mako.
Fair enough. But basically, obviously, I think that the best option for them would be an upscale RMC Raptor, or just
that's the T-Rex.
Not necessarily. So sort of like the Raptor, but with 2 across seating, and not a T-Rex.
Yeah, that is a T-Rex. A T-Rex is 2 across seating.
It's not going to be as tall as a normal T-Rex. It's just going to be sort of like the Raptor, but with better trains, higher capacity trains. So, like, the same sort of layout, but with better capacity. I think that would be the best option for them, because they get quite big crowds during the summer, and I think that's where the higher capacity trains come in. But like, I feel like they wouldn't want to go the T-Rex route because they can't build that high.
Yeah.
And like I'd love them to get a iBox like Zadra, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Because,
I don't think RMC do the iBox anymore.
Are you sure? Because they're doing Zadra at the moment.
Yeah, I think Zadra's the last one they're doing. I don't know. I think they're only sticking to conversions now.
Ah, fair enough. It's just that like Alan Shilkey said that he loves the iBox track, so I'm assuming that they're gonna keep doing it. But
it might just be in the form of what was it, the one in Kentucky Kingdom, where it's steel supports. I don't know. It's
Storm Chaser.
Is that it? I don't know the American parks that well.
Yeah, neither do I. But yeah, hopefully, I'd personally like a hybrid. But
Yeah.
it sort of makes sense for them to get an upscale Raptor instead. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're thinking. Like if they were to get a new coaster, do you reckon it would be like, what height limit do you reckon it would be?
I honestly think the most they would be able to do would be about 250. And that's the most. Because you have to remember, this is still the
Thorpe.
United Kingdom. No,
And it's
not
London,
Thorpe.
near Heathrow.
No, that doesn't really matter that much. The thing is that UK theme parks don't have the space for something like a Giga. Because with a Giga, because you've got so much speed, it has to be extremely spread out. Not spread out, spread out.
Either that or a really, really short ride that just slams into the brakes.
Yeah.
It hurts your head.
Yeah, that's the thing, was it? With Kings Island's one, the track length is actually quite large, but because it's a Giga coaster, it's going to be going through that track so quickly, it'll be really short.
Yeah. Because, like, if it was, like, what? A launch, like a relatively mild speed launch coaster.
Yeah.
Like, that would probably last about 2 minutes, or, like, even longer, maybe.
Yeah.
Or, like, a standard height. Hyper.
And also, do you really think Thorpe Park have the money for a Giga?
That's what I'm thinking, because they wasted all of their money on Darren Brown's Ghost Train, which they really shouldn't have done, because, it's pretty much just a waste of money.
It ended up being a massive financial failure, that did.
Yeah. So I think the best option for them would be an RMC Raptor, because they're relatively cheap for what they are. Like they're thrilling, they're intense, and like they've got a gimmick that Thorpe can market, like the single rail aspect of it. They can market that as a gimmick that works for it, and like give it a horror theme, and that'll pretty much work for them.
What's the next topic then?
Next topic is Chessington coaster. So, like, in this is just like one topic and then like 3 subtopics, which is Thorpe's new coaster, Chessington's new coaster, and Secret Weapon 9. So we're on Chessington now. They did release a 5-year plan like earlier on this year. That I think included a coaster.
It had a new coaster of some type.
Yeah.
I think
what do you think that would be?
You know that, like, those quad bike ones?
Yes.
Like a tire launched one like that, it goes through the trees. That would be a good fit at Chessington.
Maybe in the Zufari area or somewhere.
Yeah.
Like that.
You have to remember, this is Chessington. It's not going to be some big, massive thrill coaster.
Yeah. Like, I'd like a launch coaster to go there. Like, even if it's just a tyre launch, and it's only like 20 odd miles per hour, it'd still be quite fun for the little ones. Of course, what I'd really like is like a transition coaster. So like, it's 1.2, but it has like 1 inversion. But obviously that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much impossible. But then again, Rattlesnake is 1.4. So, yeah, Rattlesnake's 1.4, so I'm not sure. Look it up, it's 1.4.
Why is it a 1.4?
I don't know, but it is. So I reckon Chessington could get away with getting a coaster with an inversion. Like, even if it's just like a Heartline roll or something. Like, nothing too big, like a loop or something.
Yeah, maybe something for, like, a kid who's starting, like, around, like, 12 or 11, and they're starting to want to do bigger coasters, but, like, there's too much inversions and big inversions on the other ones. This one is
that's sort of what I'm thinking. So,
a tiny little corkscrew or something.
Yeah. So, like Corkscrew at Towers was a really good one. Because it only had 2 inversions, and it was relatively short. So it was quite good for the little ones who wanted to just transition into the big ones. But now they've removed that and replaced it with 13, which doesn't have any inversions.
Yeah, but it has the drop track.
Yeah, that's quite big. But yeah, I reckon maybe something like Taran, but slower, and with like a heartline roll or a small corkscrew.
Yeah.
Or like something like Icon. But
Icon's a family coaster, let's be real.
yeah. So that's what I think they could do. Because like maybe like something sort of like a mixture of the quad bike coaster with the muck launch coaster, or like an Intamin Blitz, something like in between those that will work. Something like Hagrid's might work as well, but like with like one inversion and no drop track. Okay, sorry about that. Adam's just had something, but yeah, let's go on to talk about Secret Weapon 9. First thing, they've just had Wicker Man, so it's not going to happen that soon.
2022 is the earliest, I'm saying.
Yeah. So, opinions.
Rip out Cuckoo Land, put in a massive coaster similar to Taran.
I think that would be amazing. Like, a bunch of rock work. Like,
yeah.
A really, really nice theming. Like, maybe not as dark as Wicker Man or anything else, but like something like you're going on an expedition and not like something's trying to kill you. Like,
yeah,
this is one of the things that amazes me about towers. They make it seem like all the coasters are trying to kill you.
Not Galactica.
Well, not Galactica, but other than Galactica, most of them sound like are trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, the theming makes you feel like it is. Like, for example, Smiler, Brain Dead, Wicker Man, Burnt Alive, Nemesis, Eaten by the Monster, 13, Suffocated by Trees or whatever.
Just the Wraiths in 13.
Rita, something, Chased by the Wraiths. So, like, that's one of the things that amazes me about towers. The fact that they can sincerely make you think you're gonna die, and yet it's still really cool. That's what amazes me about towers. But yeah, definitely I think an Intamin Blitz would work. Like, something very similar to Taran, but maybe a bit shorter. Maybe like 1 mile an hour faster, just a big
No, they wouldn't. Towers wouldn't do that.
Yeah, like, but then again, they've got Rita.
Six Flags level.
So I'm not thinking.
Just remove Rita. Just get rid of it. Don't need it.
It's not good, but the thing is that it still gets a lot of riders, and the GP love it. So if they removed it, people would be like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's a good coaster. Like, obviously we wouldn't.
It's really not.
But, like, the GP would. So they wouldn't remove it unless they did.
Rita's removal would be like G-Force's removal. No one really cares about it. Just like, yeah, sure, alright.
You cared about G-Force?
I only cared about G-Force because I think it was the best ride there.
Fair enough. But,
that's not saying a lot considering it's Drayton Manor.
But, yeah, I honestly think that you're right, an Intamin Blitz would work. But, yeah. Like, I'd love a clone of Taran. But, like, with different theming.
No, not a clone. Just, like, similar.
Yeah, but with a bit more airtime and a few less snappy turns, and without trims on the last hills.
Why do people complain about that?
Because, like, you don't get as much airtime.
But it's like one single trim, then one more tiny little airtime hill, and then it's into the brake run. It's not as if the trim's like right in the middle of the circuit. They're basically at the end.
Yeah, but it's better if they don't have trims.
That's that. No, because that's basically like saying, why does Rita have trims where it is? Because that's the end of the ride.
I see what you mean, but then again, we don't care that Rita has trims near the end of the ride because it slows it down and it makes it less rough.
Yeah.
So, it's sort of a situation where it's a case-by-case basis. Like, if it's a good coaster, you don't want trims because, you want to keep the pacing up, but even if it's at the end of the ride. But if it's a rough coaster, you want as many trims as possible. But yeah, Intamin Blitz would definitely work at Towers. So, yeah. Should we move on to our next topic? Or do you want to keep talking about? This is a juicy one. London Resort. Ooh. So, what do you think?
Yeah. I think London Resort it's definitely happening now.
Yeah.
They've got the deal with Paramount, ITV, and BBC, and it's going ahead.
Yeah. I'd love to do construction updates because I don't live terribly far away from it, but I'm not sure when they're starting construction. And obviously the site's so big that we're probably not going to be able to see anything. So
yeah, if they want to open it by 2024, construction will probably begin 2021 or 2022.
Yeah, fair enough. Because they've been in talks with Intamin about a new a really really nice thrill coaster on opening, which looks really good. I'm thinking it's going to be similar to the new one at Williamsburg and Park Asterix. Pantheon, I think it is at Williamsburg, but Adam doesn't want it because he doesn't like the look.
I don't like the looks of it.
Here's the thing. I don't like the double spine track, so if we were gonna have one, I'd like it to be like the Park Asterix one instead of the one at Williamsburg.
Yeah, that's Intamin's new track now. They're gonna be putting more of that track in.
I don't like the look of it. I just feel like it just looks weird. It's like Premier's track, but not Premier's track at the same time.
Yeah, but Premier's horrible.
Fair enough. I wouldn't mind a Premier in the UK, like a Skyrocket.
I would. No, get that rubbish out of here. We don't need Premier rides here in this country.
They're not that bad. West Coast Racers
just
looks quite good.
Looking at their West Coast Racers looks absolutely terrible.
It just looks like the launched version of Twisted Colossus.
Yeah. It's so terrible the park doesn't even want to build it.
Fair enough.
Supposed to open this season.
Yeah.
We're now nearly at September, and it's still not even halfway complete.
Yeah, but I think that honestly, I'm still not 100% sure if London Resort's gonna happen.
I don't think it will.
It was originally supposed to open next year when it was first announced. Obviously, that went to hell. So they've pushed it back time and time again. Now they set it for a 2024 opening date, which by then, it's gonna be old news. No one's really gonna care. They're gonna go once just to see what it's like, and I doubt it's gonna be anything special. Maybe
no.
Go on.
No, that's where you're wrong, because you say that as if everyone knows about it at the moment. Everyone's hyping it all up at the moment, when literally it's only people who actually follow this stuff and know about it. The GP don't know about it.
Well,
it's not been in the news or anything.
It has. Believe me, it has.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of
newspapers.
GP friends, and they have been talking about it. So, Alex, do you know anything about the new Paramount theme park that's going to be like Disneyland? And I keep saying I don't think it's going to happen.
Like Disney.
Yeah, but that's what they're saying. They're saying that it's going to be like Disneyland.
No, what it's going to be, alright, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be Butlins with 2 theme parks.
Ooh.
That's it. That is what this resort is going to be, is Butlins with 2 theme parks.
That's quite a burn, actually, because,
I'm just summing it up.
But then again, I think that... Wait, did you say 2 theme parks?
Yeah, there's 2.
Oh, for God's sake. They're seriously doing 2?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know that. I thought it was just the one park.
Yeah. It's going to be 2 parks, and then a selection of hotels, and then something like City Walk.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking is going to happen when it opens. I have 3 words, Hard Rock Park.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I think
I
is
don't
going to
think
happen.
it's going to fail that badly.
I reckon that it's going to be open for a couple of years, and it's going to be suffering from overinvestment, and they're going to go bankrupt. Because not many people are going to go.
Yeah, but think about it. Would you rather have something similar to Disney and go here and not spend tons of money on planes or a ferry
Honestly,
or
I'd rather
Eurostar?
go to Disney.
You would rather... Wow, okay.
I'd honestly rather go to Disney because it's been proven that it's been proven that Disney's awesome.
It's been proven that Disney's awesome. Who said that?
I did. Because, Disneyland is a proven formula.
Disney
it's known to work.
Is just rubbish Vekoma coasters with theming. That's it.
I'd have to agree with you on the rubbish part, because some of them are alright, like Space Mountain's really good. What else is there? Big Thunder Mountain's really good.
Yeah.
Casey Jr., Indiana Jones.
All the rides at Disney at the moment, I would just ride because they're there. There is currently not one single ride at Disney that I would go there for.
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about.
Universal, on the other hand, there's lots of rides there that I would go there for. Hulk, love to ride that.
Hulk's really good.
Hagrid's, yeah, I would love to get on Hagrid's. Because that's the thing, what makes Universal better than Disney. They don't go with just rubbish Vekoma coasters constantly. Universal actually do think about their coasters and their coaster layouts, but still do a good job with the theming.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Disney just stick an off-the-shelf Vekoma in there and put theming around it.
It's the... Universal... this isn't really the case anymore, but they use way too many screens. And I don't really think
Disney using screens now. Welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah, but they're not using as many as Universal. Like, they're revolutionizing the animatronic industry even more. Like,
You've seen a POV of Hagrid's, right?
I know they've got there's not a single screen on Hagrid's, but I don't know how to explain it. Look, I think they're only just starting to use animatronics more than screens.
No. And there's another problem with Disney that's arising now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing original attractions anymore.
Okay.
Those are the best part about Disney, to be honest. And now they're just thinking, no, let's just do it always based on our movies.
Yeah, I see what you're coming from, but I still think that Disney's better than Universal. But then again, I just love Disney and everything.
Films. You go enjoy the tame rubbish Vekoma coasters, and I'm gonna be out there marathoning Hagrid's and Hulk.
I will legitimately join you with that, because I'd rather go to Islands of Adventure than Disney. But the main Universal park, I'd rather go to Disney. So, it's sort of But, should we move on to our next topic? Even though we went really off topic. This has just literally been announced just 10 minutes before we started recording. And that's the Nemesis,
celebration.
Yeah.
25th anniversary celebration they're doing this weekend.
Yes. Adam's going.
Hey.
very ticked off at
Right,
that
yeah.
because
I've literally got the page up here. I'll just read off all the bullet points.
yeah.
So during a Nemesis Silver, they've actually named it a Silver Anniversary. Oh, wow. During the Nemesis Silver Anniversary weekend, which is this Friday the 16th, which is Roller Coaster Day,
I'll be at
to
Chessington.
Sunday. Yeah. You'll be able to take part in some extras. That doesn't make sense. In some extras experiences.
Yeah.
All right. This is ride Nemesis until 7 p.m. across the weekend. Meet legendary roller coaster designer John Wardley throughout the weekend in a special meet and greet
this
opportunity.
Is the part that ticks
Hang on, I
me
haven't
off.
finished yet.
Mm-hmm.
The first 250 riders on Nemesis on each day will receive a limited edition Nemesis 25 pin badge. Is that just going to be the one they already sell?
I've actually got one of them on my lanyard.
Yeah, I think that might be the one they already sell. Bring an old ride photo on the day and get entry plus 3 digital photos for just £25, which is good, you know.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that that's only if you're buying a ticket on the day.
Yeah.
If you've got a pre-booked ticket or an annual pass, you won't be getting that. Plus, the on-ride photo has been redesigned exclusively for the weekend, and guests will receive a full 25% off all Nemesis merchandise.
That's more than the annual pass discount.
Yeah. And I imagine they're not going to allow you to put on more discount from the annual pass.
So the bit
That's
that
quite
ticks
a
me
lot,
off
though.
is that Adam's going to meet John Wardley.
Hey.
And I'd love to meet him, but as I said, I'm going to Chessington instead of Towers, so I'm not going to get to meet him. So that's one of the things that really ticks me off. Because, you know...
Oh, they've also said more surprises on the way.
Ooh.
So it's not just going to be Nemesis. They might be doing some more stuff for the weekend.
That if they are doing more stuff, it's going to be the 14 merchandise. They're going to retheme 13 again.
No, because 14 was only for Friday the 13th.
Or something similar to that. Smiler's going to have something really, really special. Wicker Man's going to have its fire on all day.
Yeah, that's a special occasion. That is when Wicker Man has fire on.
Yeah, that's all you get. Galactica. The only thing I could think of that they're doing with it is put the VR back on for a day, but I doubt that's going to happen.
No. I think you're getting a bit too ahead of yourself now. I don't think they're going to be doing all that stuff. It's just Nemesis is the main attraction because it's 25 years.
And I reckon they'll probably turn the audio on Oblivion.
Oh no, they're not allowed to do that at all.
But like
they got told off for that a long time ago.
That's what I'm thinking. They could do that. They would do if they were allowed.
Yeah, wasn't it because of that house just behind Oblivion complained, and then the people that actually own that house are barely there.
Yeah,
because that's their like second summer house because they're rich.
Yeah.
Can't believe they actually won that court case though.
Yeah, that's just bull. Like the other day I was because you're doing Nemesis in Alton Towers. I was having a look at see if I could do Inferno, and like I actually found a note from one of the people who live near Thorpe saying I doubt you'll care about this letter, but I don't really want the new coaster to be built. This was like when they only had Colossus.
Oh, right.
And like, it's not even that loud, honestly.
No.
And it's not
the thing
even
is,
that tall. You can't see it from outside the park. The only coaster you can see is Stealth. And maybe Swarm, if you're lucky.
Yeah, but you have to remember Thorpe Park doesn't have a lot of trees to block the sound, so it might actually be quite loud.
Yeah.
Even the screams as well. Whereas Alton Towers, they have tons of trees to block the sound out.
Yeah. Like, the only village they're close to is Alton, and that's still like a mile away.
No, it's not. Alton's literally just across the valley from Alton Towers. And they've also got Oakmore and Cheadle close by.
Yeah, fair enough. But, you know, like, this is really off topic, but, you know. So yeah, the Nemesis roller coaster day thing looks really good. I'm very sad I'm not going. Really sad that Adam's going and I'm not going. So, should we move on to our next topic?
Oh, I thought that was... Oh, no. Right, yeah, what's the next topic? I thought that was the last one.
Yeah, our current Planco projects.
Ah, yes.
Yes, so this is your opportunity to talk about all the parks that you're working on and your Nemesis recreation.
What do you mean all the parks? There's one.
Fair enough. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people have been... as soon as I uploaded that Lake Willis episode the other day, a lot of people were saying, oh, Nemesis. Where's Nemesis? I even explained in the video.
Yeah.
Nemesis is coming back after next weekend, after I've had the opportunity to actually go out to the real Nemesis and actually see stuff that isn't on Google Images or Google Street View.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what really ticks me off about this sort of thing. Like, I said in one of my Chessington vlogs that I wasn't allowed to film on the rides. Someone in the comments put, hey mate, can you vlog on the rides? I was like, I literally said it in the video. But yeah. What about Lake Willis?
Lake Willis, you restarted that.
Yeah.
There's not much to it at all, really.
Yeah.
It's just I restarted it, completely redoing it, because the one before it wasn't up to my standards. I didn't like it that much. The theming was really tacky. The Chinese area looked a bit stupid. Yeah, just restart it. It's just easier to restart.
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about here. But yeah, I think that's the end unless you want to talk about anything.
No, I don't think there's anything more to talk about. Hang on.
Let's just check. Can you think of anything? No?
Can't think of anything, no.
Alright, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this second episode of the podcast. I will try when I edit this to put up like images of concept art if we've been talking about anything. I can't remember because it's been quite a long podcast. We just hit 40 minutes, which is actually surprising. I was aiming for 30.
Oh Christ, didn't even realise that.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and I'm trying to make this weekly. But obviously might not be able to. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next podcast.
Bye.